welcome to I Am a Scientist at Auntie Lo's house. Hey! Hi Xander and Kate and Bennett and Blaine and Kenzie and Kynan and Jude and anybody else who's watching. Are you ticklish? Well, today on I Am a Scientist, we're going to use the scientific method to ask if another animal besides us is also ticklish. And did you know that's not the only thing we have in common with other animals? And not just animals, but plants and every other living thing on this planet. Find out what coming up next. Now it's time for the scientific method. First, you make some observations. Then, you make a good guess about what you think is going on. Then, you try to prove that your guess is wrong. And if you can't prove it wrong any way you try, maybe, your guess might be right. On today's scientific method, some scientists observed that rats were making high-pitched giggling noises when they played with each other. The question is, do rats like to be tickled? Let's find out.
As we have listened to animals playing, we have heard what appeared to be the sounds of laughter.
That's the part where they were observing.
And, we studied these for a couple of years without quite understanding that this might be laughter. And then one day we decided to tickle some animals. And we realized that we had to look at the sounds at a very different register than we can hear. So we obtained these transducers that are called bat detectors that can bring very high frequencies down to our auditory range. And when we did this and we listened in, we could tickle animals and generate a lot of vocal activity that appeared to be laughter. These animals would begin to enjoy our company, and they would start to play with our hands, and wherever we would put our hands, they would follow it.
That's the hypothesis. Maybe they like it.
And when we tested these animals to ask whether they were enjoying this kind of activity, the unambiguous answer was yes.
That's the experiment. The preponderance of the evidence suggests, with a high degree of certainty, that rats like to be tickled. And now it's time for... Did you know that?
Scientific fact.
A scientific fact.
Do you know that our bodies are made up of cells? Little teeny tiny balls full of really cool stuff. And it's not just our bodies, it's every single living thing on the entire planet. All the plants, all the animals, all the fungi, all the microorganisms, everything. Everything except viruses are made out of cells. Scientists call this cell theory. Every living thing on the planet is made out of cells. And guess what else? Your cells are full of all kinds of really neat stuff. They're all pretty much the same. They're full of machines made out of molecules that do all kinds of things like carry information and read off instructions and build things and package things up and move things around. It's really amazing. Now you know what we get to do? We get to see inside a cell. Some animators made a movie of what's going on inside of your cell right now. Right now in every single one of your cells, and every single one of your dad's cells, and every single one of the cells of, well, if you had a cat or a dog or a pet, it's all going on in all of those cells right now. Let's take a look. That was amazing, beautiful, and really interesting. Did you know that movie was made by scientists working together with animators? The same kind of animators that made the movie Cars or Toy Story. It's true. You could be an animator when you grow up, or you could also be a scientist.